Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday and welcome to the first race of Season 3 on the calendar. We're all ready to go and I've got very high hopes for this one. It'll be exciting to see who will be standing on the first podium tonight and bargain some valuable points. Let's begin with the first race of Kenco F1 then, round 1 of 10, and we're down here in Miami, Florida. Taking a look at this brand new Miami track, 3.36 miles of bendy circuit, 3 DRS zones, lots of straights, turns and heavy braking where drivers will have to manage their tyres and make sure not to lose their rear through the first sector. Drivers will have to stay focused throughout every lap as the points gained today will be crucial near the end of the championship. There are 19 turns here, 12 to the left, 7 to the right with lots of straights, chicanes and difficult braking points. Tyre compounds for this weekend sit smack bang in the middle of toughness, C4 for the soft, C3 mediums and the C2 hard tyres. This year running with the new cars, new rules and new tyres. We have a fresh grid of 20 drivers eager and ready to go at Miami today, so let's begin the first ever Miami Grand Prix and start of Season 3 of Kenco F1. Let's get it underway. On to starting grid for this year's Miami Grand Prix. Max Chapman clutched victory yesterday and sits his Alpine on pole, alongside him the lightning quick McLaren of Joe Bean. Reggie J will start in 3rd place today alongside a very promising start of the season for Josh, who will be starting in P4 in his red Ferrari. Row 3 now, and we have the second Ferrari of Torben in a comfortable P5 and racing in VR, alongside the hopeful AlphaTauri of Zach Plant in P6. Adam Forbes sits in P7 with a strong Q3 session, alongside Dylan Hartley, who will be starting in P8. The other fresh Alpine of Jay Robinson starts in P9, alongside the first Aston Martin of James Wilson in P10. Behind an Alpine sits the Mercedes of Taylor Hume in P11, alongside the Mercedes that sits a first Red Bull of Smits. Ollie will be starting in P13 today, alongside Joe's teammate Jonathan in P14. Now we've got some of the drivers who couldn't partake in qualifying on Friday. Archie Middle found his Alfa Romeo in P15 alongside Sebi in P16. Only on to the next row, and it's all white and red Haas row of both Aaron and Finley, locking out row 8. Finishing up the last row of the grid, we have Alex Peake starting in P19 alongside the other Williams of Fernando in P20. And this concludes the grid for the 2022 Miami Grand Prix. Let's get this race underway. Hello everybody, you are getting the actual live Ian now, not the pre-recorded one. A very warm welcome everyone to Miami. Season 3, round 1 of 10. I'm very excited to be here. We did ready up all the drivers, they're almost ready to go in the formation lap, so we will see them going around very soon. But hello everyone, Kenco highs to everybody. It's lights out and it's yes. But yeah, we've got a full grid. We've got 18 drivers on the grid this evening, all ready to go, which I'm so excited for. And hopefully we are in for a very good, clean race. Clean being a very important word there. Max Chapman and Joe Bean starting on the front row. With another 16 cars trailing them into turn 1. It's going to hopefully be a good race. I really hope it is. So yeah, hopefully, like I say, there is, if you are in the Discord server, you are able to sort of see who's racing. You can see who's in each team. You know, you can see a certain driver that you want to be cheering on throughout the event. We're a little bit stuck here. There we go. We're on the that's what we're waiting for. No worries. Race story. Started first, still first. We will get some stuff going. I will just try and hide this story in a minute. It looks like everybody's just about to start their formation lap though. And hopefully what I'd like to do, just bear with me a second, we just need to get the game sounds on and we should be good. That's better. It's a little bit loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. We should be good. But yes, is the live race or pre-recorded? This is live. I can read chat while we're doing this. None of this is pre-recorded, don't worry. We are live with the race. It was just the initial commentary at the start that was pre-recorded. What I'm going to just quickly do, I'm hoping that we can... Oh gosh. Drivers' Championship? Where's that came from? I hope that this hopefully fixes itself. Which server, lol? We're on VatSim UK 1. I might have to just quickly give SimHub a restart, bear with me. But all the drivers are going around. Max Chapman is leading all of the drivers around. Let me just quickly get out of this layout and reopen it. Hopefully it'll be okay now. We are back, hopefully. There we go. It's still doing Drivers' Championship. Maybe that's what happens in the formation lap. We'll have to wait and find out. We'll have a little look. We do have session info and all of that, but it's covered up by... There we go. So now if I press that one... We have the Miami Grand Prix. Let's go. Martin, good to see you. Gaming Barista, Vixel, Hassan, Casper, N321, hello. Lars is in here. Vixel's in here. Yeah, Jack's in here as well. Zach's in here. Benson's in here. Hello, good evening, guys. Welcome in. It's only me tonight. I did try and get a commentator with me. We will have one in the future, hopefully. But as for now, it's just me for this race, but hopefully we can fix that. It's forcing everybody for the starting tyres, but we should be all good. So yeah, Max Chapman is leading all of these drivers down here. We got the brand new Ferrari boys, P4 and P5 today. That's Josh and Torben. And then following down, we've got the AlphaTauri. You've got Adam Forbes having a really good qualifying. Oh, Ferrari's gone round already in the formation lap. He'll luckily be still starting in his same position, though. Charlie, this guy right here, he's in VR today. So hopefully that's just you know, first minute nerves just ticking over for him. But yeah, there's a Williams already lined up on the grid. And we're all ready to go. So it should hopefully be a very exciting race. As a pro driver wasn't disqualified, do not worry. He was indeed. Oh, wow. Look at the angle that Max Chapman is into turn 1. Here we go then, guys. It's going to soon be lights out. That collision in VR, yes. Hopefully he's not too dizzy for the start of this Grand Prix. I'm so sorry about the camera angle. There we go. Okay. So the lights are turning red. Here we go. 5 lights. And it's lights out. And away we go for the Miami Grand Prix. Ah, maybe the lights were a little bit delayed on my screen, or early anyway, but it is certainly lights out for the drivers now as they come down into turn 1. It is an absolute ice rink here as we see Speedy Joe absolutely go miles in front of everybody else. So Ferrari goes into P2. That is the Ferrari of Josh O'Meara as Max Chapman loses 2 places into the first turn. We've got Reggie J. Hargreaves losing a place. Torben keeping his P5 here as the drivers are coming through the very, very tricky Sector 1 where they... Many of them can lose their rear, but it's Speedy Joe Bean in P1, Josh O'Meara P2, followed by Max Chapman down into P3 at the moment in his Alpine. At the back of the grid as well, it does look to be intact. It's a nice single file as we come down through into Sector 2. Many straights, and the chicane is coming up as well. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, really good, strong start there for Joe Bean. Followed by Josh, followed by Max Chapman. Dylan Hartley there. Both of the Mercedes also switching places. And yeah, 3 wide it looks like there. It's very nice start, to be honest, by many of the drivers. Mixed strategies as well I'm seeing here. Some drivers starting on hard, some on mediums. And then we've got both the Red Bulls, Smits and Peak there, starting on the soft tyre. A very brave choice, in my opinion, the soft tyre around Miami. It absolute shreds. Barely sort of 7-8 laps and that tyre's gone. So... yeah, the Red Bulls will definitely be the first to pit, but very clean racing so far as we're seeing the drivers getting a little bit more gap. There's a McLaren there behind of Ryan Harper taking up P15 as we're seeing Joe Bean here lead into lap 2. Speedy Joe 138.4, obviously getting the fastest lap there with Josh O'Meara and his Ferrari, Josh O'Meara, sorry, into P2. Damn, I'm enjoying this already. This is actually really nice. Jack, thank you for your gift of sub to David Croft. I appreciate it very much. I'm trying my best. I'm trying. But yeah, the weather for today as well. 29 degrees, clear skies. We're not expecting any rain at all throughout this session. But there we go. Yeah, track temperatures 36 degrees as well. Very comfortable driving conditions for all the drivers. As we're seeing the first interval screens on the leaderboard as it stands. But yeah, there you go. Max Chapman over a second. So Max Chapman's actually already out of DRS zone to Josh O'Meara, as we potentially might actually be seeing an overtake here from Josh on Speedy Joe. He's going to have to probably break way a little bit here into the chicane, but we might see the first potential switch in the next few turns. Again, DRS is not enabled yet until lap 3, I'm led to believe. I apologise about the RPM and the revs. There's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, he's going to be using some of that overtake there on the right-hand side. He's burning up that overtake if he can. But I don't know if Josh has managed to get enough momentum out of that final turn to get in front of Joe. However, he might try it, but I don't think he's close enough. Not this time, but there might be a next time. Jonathan, no problem at all, mate. Not a problem at all. Don't worry, there's always time for it. And we've got a Joe Bean going into the pits. Has he got damage? This is not good for Joe Bean here, as he's the first one to dive into the pits only on lap 3. Is this a strategy choice? He's already on the hard tyres? No, he's definitely got damage. He's getting a new front wing. Whether or not he damaged that into another car, another wall, I'm not too sure. But that pushes Josh in a very good position here into P1 as Max Chapman has got the fastest lap of the race so far. Joe Bean all the way down with his teammate in P16 here. Yeah, absolutely devastating there for Joe Bean. I was not expecting him to be pitting this early. But yeah, it's followed by, well, Max Chapman's currently squashed with 2 Ferraris at the moment. Josh O'Meara in front of him. Charlie in VR behind him. And Max Chapman's definitely going to be chasing that Ferrari until he can get in front of him. Because clean air and, you know, Max is absolutely ridiculous. But again, you know, really good effort by Reggie J in the qualifying. We've got Dylan Hartley in P5. It's like there might be a move here made by Sebi here. Again, Sebi's one of our new drivers at Kenco F1. He has not raced in a league before, I am led to believe, and he's doing an absolute outstanding job today. And yeah, really well done so far in the 3 laps that we've had. Again, those Ferraris are making up a lot of positions on those soft tyres, as we're expecting. And yeah, I've Speedy Joe again, unfortunately all the way down into P16, which is actually really unfortunate. It will be interesting to know how he damaged his front wing. But yeah, so far, so good. And I'm going to go on board here with Max Chapman. And we're going to see if he's got any sort of momentum on the next lap. Into lap 4 we go. And we'll have a little look with his potential moves on Josh. Again, I don't know what's going through Max's mind right now. He might be, you know, trying to stay behind Josh. But again, you know, he's already down to 56% ERS here. So we'll have a little look and see. But again, Torben is 1.5 seconds behind Max Chapman. So, you know, Max has got that DRS sort of blanket behind him. Where Charlie hasn't actually cannot open DRS basically. But Max Chapman is gaining. There might have been a collision that again I don't know about desync. Hopefully that hasn't done any damage to Max's front wing though. But here he goes. I might go off board just because that revving is very, very loud. But yes, can Josh defend this is the question. Josh is a pretty good racing driver. I don't know how much experience he's had with defending. But again, Max Chapman is not pushing too many risks this early on in the Grand Prix. Max, you know, all of these drivers want to get to the end. Looks like we got the other McLaren, actually. Both McLarens have already done a pit stop here. If I change to this graphic, there we go, tyre changes. So far, Ollie, Joe, James, and Ryan Harper have all been in the pits already. They're currently P15 down to P18. So they've already pitted. So they must have had a really early damage to change their tyres that early. As Max's DRS flap is wide open. And he is tempted, but again, he hasn't got quite enough momentum there. He might be sort of saving or harvesting ERS to get past. But yeah, a very nice start so far. As we've got a move here from Dylan Hartley on Reggie J. Hargreaves. Whether or not Dylan can keep that or not, but that's gone very nicely into turn. I hope that we got the turns working. I'm not 100% sure, but there should be a turn screen somewhere, but I'm not sure if it's been enabled as Reggie J is locking up here into turn 1. Again, this bit is so tricky. I've driven this myself a little bit earlier on today, and I was spinning, I was doing donuts, burning up the tires. I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, Finley, there we go. The only Haas actually on the grid. Finley's also one of our brand new drivers. We can go and have a little look on board with Finley here. Another brand new driver to Kenco F1. And again, really strong effort from him so far. And yeah, it's good to have some fresh sort of new people. You know, again, they're all practicing, they're all learning. And yeah, unfortunately, he's got Alex Peak in front of him. We've got Finley on hard tyres here, about to make an overtake on Alex on soft tyres. This is something you don't see every day in F1. But again, those soft tyres 5 laps in, they are going to be shredded. He's going around the outside here, almost into the chicane. Which is coming up in a moment. But he has done that. He has made that move work. And Alex Peak has gone down back into P10. And that's Finley up into P9. And what I'm going to have a little look on board here is with Max Chapman as he comes down into the second to last turn. Turn 18. He's on the inside of Josh O'Meara here for potential. Taking the first position here as Josh O'Meara has concealed the position. Losing a bit of the rear. They're getting a little bit uneasy. But that is Max Chapman into the lead. However, I don't know for how long, though, because Josh might... No, he had to have set 2 thoughts about that. Second choices. But he has made the correct one and just backed off a little bit. Again, the Ferrari's currently running P2 and P3. Whether or not we see them switch over at some point, if Charlie's got the pace over Josh, or if Josh has got the pace over Charlie, I'm not too sure. But yeah, looking a little bit further down the grid then. So we've got Jay Robinson, the other Alpine, down into P11 there. Very close, again, on hard tyres, down into P11 with Alex Peak again, over a second behind Finley now. So again, those soft tyres can't be dealing Alex Peak any justice. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that is currently down P5. We've got Max Chapman, Josh O'Mara, Charlie, Dylan, and Reggie J. Hargreaves in his Williams. Again, DRS flaps constantly opening. Lap 6 of 29 now, so we should be expecting to hopefully see those soft runners coming in very soon. As Alex Peak, that's not a lot. Oh, he's making some moves here. It looks like Jay Robinson really wants to get in front of Alex Peak here, but again, these tyres... all this time, Alex is losing positions. He's also losing time. He's had to avoid evading action there. Oh, that's a bit harsh by the FIA. He's got given a 3-second time penalty for that. I mean, did Jay give enough room? He definitely did give enough room. I mean, that's the only option Alex really had, but I wouldn't have said that's a time penalty. But hey, I mean, that's F122 for you, as he's making another move here in front of Jay Robinson down the main straight with the DRS open. And that's Jay back into P11, out of the points. And there's Alex Peak looking up the front right. And, yeah, Jay back down into P11. And it looks like Josh O'Mara has... I want to have a little look at this. Hang on a minute. I don't know if Jay's going to be making potentially another move here. No, he's a little bit far back. But, yeah, Josh has got over a second behind Max Chapman now. Running on the medium tyres as well. And, yeah, it doesn't look to be that Joe Robinson can get that position just back. But look how tight the grid is. I can't believe this. There's literally, like, I don't even know, 10, 15 seconds between P1 and P10 at the minute. This racing is absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of everybody. Like, this is absolutely incredible. As we're seeing the Haas of Finley here. We've got both Mercedes in front. We've got Adam Forbes in front of him in the Mercedes. Both with the DRS flap open. Taylor, I don't believe, has DRS. And they're just going to be gaining. I believe, I mean, Finley's on the outside here as Adam had to conceal that position. It looks to be that way, but again, this is, this is actually so good. I love this. But yeah, I mean, Sebi and the Aston Martin there, P6, really, really well done by there. If we go on board with Sebi, I believe we can have a look. There you go. Look at that. So far, he is my driver of the day. He started in P14, did Sebi. He didn't even qualify on Friday. And he's up into P6 right now, 7 laps in. Great drive there from Sebastian so far. He's basically a Sebastian Vettel in my eyes. I don't know what. That was a bit cringe. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, so far, really, really good drive by everybody. There you go. Reggie J, unfortunately, started third, now fifth. However, he can definitely regain some of those. Again, we're going to be seeing so many different tyre strategies throughout the entire... race, as some people pitting early, doing the undercut, some people pitting a little bit later. Who knows what might happen? There might be a safety car at some point, there might not. I don't know. But yeah, as it stands, Joe Bean is currently the fastest through Sector 1 and Sector 2, and with Josh being the fastest in Sector 3. We saw very similar to this in the qualifying on Friday afternoon. But as we're seeing Joe Bean here moving up another position, potentially. Bear in mind, Joe's already pitted here. He is currently making a move. Jay is being ultra defensive here. I love to see it. But Joe Bean is unfortunately on the side of him with probably a little bit fresher medium tyres. But again, Joe Bean's only on 3% ERS there. So yeah, he's going to have to do a few harvesting laps to get that back. But yeah, Joe Bean again started in P2 today. And he's currently down to 10th. But he did have that really early pit stop. A little bit earlier on, so yeah, really low ERS, but he has got that move done on Jay, and he will be trying to gain to get back up where Max Chapman is, who's currently a second in front of Josh, and both of those Ferraris. He must have had some warnings beforehand. Yes, yeah, for the Alex Peak, yes, 100%. It looks like Joe Bean's also sealed the fastest lap from everybody. But yeah, it will be interesting to see as well, kind of, obviously Joe Bean, I mean, his tyre wear, 22%. He's pitted quite early, so it's not too bad. But again, those mediums, they're not going to last forever. I mean, he's going to have to pit again, Joe Bean. So he's got to have the pace, in my opinion. He's got to have that pace to do really well. I love the sounds. Let me know if the F1 game needs turning up, by the way, guys. I'll more than happily turn it up if it does need turning up. But yes, we're just having a little bit of a breather here as I'm the only one commentating. Was that some sparks, or was that, if I'm not sure, that someone might have been somebody hit a wall there. But we're seeing Reggie J. Hargreaves here very closely following Dylan Hartley, but I don't know if it's close enough to make a move. Oh, the lock up at the front left. I love to see it. He has kept that going, though. Very, very nice. It's fine for you, Lars. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. But we're seeing the grid splits sort of separate a little bit now. That chicane is very tricky to go over as well. But yeah, incredible drive from everybody. Lap 9 of 29 as it currently stands. And yeah, from the top 10, we have got, yeah. Hang on, that's not the one I want. Hang on, where's the one? That's not the one. That's the one I wanted. There you go. So on the graphic now, what you're seeing is the positions gained or lost currently. So Max Chapman obviously started first. He is still first. Josh has gained 2 positions. So has his teammate Charlie. We've got Dylan, who's gained 4. Finley has gained 9 positions as it stands. It looks like we've also got... Yeah, there you go. 7 positions there for Sebi. And Taylor's made 3 and Adam has unfortunately lost 2 with Joe Bean losing 8 at the moment. I'm just going to have a little look at Reggie J here because he is very, very close to the rear here of Dylan Hartley. And again, I wouldn't... Oh, we've got a McLaren there. Was that of Ryan Harper? He might be causing a yellow flag here through Sector 1. So that would have cancelled out, unfortunately, any positions gained here. Sorry, I'm just trying to... I believe, yeah, that's why there's a bit of a gap here, because Ryan Harper had spun. He's currently down into P18 at the moment. That wasn't sort of causing any issues on the grid, which is why it was no sort of VSC or SC. But yeah, that's why they had to lift off a little bit through that area. But I'm not too sure if he just had a little spin through Sector 1. I don't believe there's any collisions made. But yeah, Reggie J here. Again, look at that. It's so close to each other. I don't know on the numbers. Let's have a little look. 3 temps behind at the moment. But again, with the DRS, with some ERS. How much ERS has Reggie J got? He's got 87% ERS. I feel for Dylan here. I feel for Dylan because you're going to be seeing, hopefully here, the amount of speed that Reggie J can get in this Williams down the main straight into turn 18. And he has... Oh, he's locking up. Dylan's giving him the room, though, as he's coming round. I don't know if he's got a good exit. He certainly doesn't here. But again, there's going to be a next lap for it. But yeah, amazing driving here from both the drivers. Really clean racing as well. Really good to see. But again, into turn 1, he might have it. He might have it. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. Oh, no, Reggie J's gone really wide. That's not what we want to be seeing. Oh, no, maybe the pressure got to him a little bit. But again, Finley, the Haas is right on his tail now. Down into P6. Again, Finley's just probably like, oh, thank you very much, you know. He's only a few temps behind Reggie now. Absolutely, out of all the mistakes he could have made, that's not the one he would have wanted into turn 1. And it looks like as well, Ryan Harper was black flag, disqualified out of the session. As he couldn't get back on track there. So unfortunate. Commiserations to Ryan there. He did step in today. So thank you very much for that, Ryan. But we are looking at side-by-side action down here. Finley again in front of Reggie J. Reggie J, that put him off a little bit. I think his tyres might have got a little bit hot there for the Williams. But that's Finley up another position. I mean, look at this. Started 15th, now 5th. Absolutely incredible stuff there from Finley. He loses the rear a little bit. But again, the helmet he's wearing as well is some sort of fish one. They're all wearing it today. It was on the marketplace on F1. But yeah, congratulations to Finley making up another position as we're seeing Sebi in P7 and Joe Bean. He's working his way through the pack. He's got past both the Mercedes in the time that we've been talking. As Max Chapman has now gained 4.4 seconds ahead of Josh on those hard tyres. I believe those Ferraris are going to have to pit before Max Chapman. But yeah, we're currently into lap 11 of lap 29. A few of these pit windows will be opening soon. So we'll be seeing some of these cars diving into the pits. Changing from mediums to hards, hards to mediums, softs to... I'm not even too sure. It looks like the Red Bulls, though, have gone soft to medium, which is a very interesting choice. We've got Alex Peak and Smits down into P14 and P15. Both the Red Bull drivers. We haven't really seen much Red Bulls today. But yeah, they're currently on medium. So soft medium strategy. Maybe they're doing a 2-stop? I'm not too sure. For a 50% race, it's an interesting strategy. But yeah, I mean, they're down into P14, P15. We've got Callum. I haven't really spoke too much about Callum. Callum's sort of back in the pack here, just behind Zach Plant. I'm not too sure what the steward warning is. We might have to find out that one soon. But yeah, again, Callum stepped in for us, which was really nice to see. And I don't know 100% if he will... there was a Williams driver that did, unfortunately... they didn't continue, or their schedule didn't fit them. So yeah, Callum stepped in just for this race. However, I'm not sure if we're keeping him potentially, but we'll obviously sort it out. But yeah, really thank you there for Callum, as we're seeing him pretty much running his little race on his own at the moment. He's got a comfortable 4-second gap behind him, and I'm not too sure how close he is to Zach, but it looks like there's definitely a few more seconds in between the two of them. But we might be seeing some more moves here with the middle of the pack. We've got a sort of a nice sort of 4-pack here. We've got Finley, followed by Dylan, followed by Hargreaves, followed by Sebi here. I love the sounds of it. But yeah, we'll have a little look. Again, these tyres on these cars, if we... Oh, there you go. That's Dylan in the pits. It's very loud. It's very loud indeed. But we'll see. Dylan, he's going to be probably changing from these medium tyres over to the hard tyres, but I could be wrong. Hopefully there's no sort of front wing change or anything to slow him down here. It's certainly onto the hard tyres here for Dylan. And again, this pit stop here could trigger some more pit stops, as we're seeing Jay Robinson move up into the points. And we'll have a little look and to see where Dylan does indeed get himself out. Again, Dylan's going to want to be pushing on these tyres. Not straight away though. He's going to be on an ice rink for 1 lap, just warming up the tyres. But yeah, that is fresh tyres for Dylan Hartley. 0% wears. These are brand new. Not sort of driven before. And yeah, we'll have a little look to see if where sort of he does come back out in the pack. Again, some of the people in the pack, such as Reggie J and Finley, might be pitting this lap. So we'll have a little look if the undercut did work for Dylan. Both the Ferrari boys sort of following each other around, as there's a little bit of a wall contact there by Josh O'Meara, just trying to... I don't know, make contact with the wall, I suppose. It wasn't his intention, though. But, yeah, here you go. Finley is the person that we're going to be watching out here for to see if Dylan... Again, I don't know. Obviously, Finley might be pitting here with Dylan now, obviously, a chunk of some time behind him. Keep an eye on live findings on the stewarding Discord. I have not got it open, mate. I can get it open. Is it? It will pause the game, though. That's the only problem. It will indeed pause the game. We may be seeing a move here by Sebi, taking it in front of... Sorry, making a move in front now of Reggie J. Reggie J's, again, those hard tyres might not be working out for him, as everybody else in front of him has gone even quicker. But that's Sebi up to P5, Finley up to P4, and Max Chapman in the lead by 5.6 seconds up as it stands. Posting the investigations in there, no worries. Yeah, well, I'm hoping in the future as well we can have a little bit of an update. So obviously, as the race goes, we can have a look at investigations. I don't really want to pause this, to be honest with you. But yeah, if there's anything important, Game Arista, if you're able to let me know in chat, that will be fantastic. I really appreciate that. But yeah, we've got Ollie Clark there running P17, James Wilson running P16, just behind the 2 Red Bulls. Callum Graff running his own race in P13, Dylan Hartley P12 as it stands. And it doesn't look like Finley has pitted, nor has Sebi or Reggie J. They're in their little fight of their own. Again, all this time they're fighting there. Are they losing time? Is Dylan catching up? Because Dylan's got, you know, he's got his nice little comfortable area. There's no cars in front of him. He can just push and push and push. Well, all these drivers are fighting in front. I mean, it could be slowing down a lot. But yeah, it's a good drive for everybody. As we're having a look at Speedy Joe here. Again, the one at the back of the pack here. And it'll be good to see if he does sort of gain. Again, everyone in front of him's got DRS as well, which is not helping him out. But again, look at Speedy Joe's DRS. He is burning. He's got no ERS left to burn. I mean, at this stage of the race, we're not even halfway through the Grand Prix yet. And even when I was racing, I mean, I'm not even too sure if I would use that much ERS, to be honest. But we're seeing Reggie J there diving in the pits in his Williams. As there's 15 laps to go. Josh O'Meara as well, another important pit here. 3-second pit for Josh. Very nicely done by the Ferrari pit wall. I'm not sure why that's shown back up again. But it looks like we've got Reggie J also diving in the pits. Both the Mercedes on the hard tyres. We're going to have to see Joe Bean, though, currently in P5. He's going to have to pit again, unless he can see these mediums going on to the end. But there we go. As it stands, nearly 11 seconds deficit between P1 and P2. Again, they need to pit still. Finley needs to pit still. And if we have a look at, I believe, at the pit stops, let's have a little look. Tyre changes, there we go. So currently Joe Bean's already changed his tyres, but that was very early on in the race. We're seeing Dylan and Reggie J there down into P10, P11. Jay Robinson P9 yet to pit, and Callum up into P12. Yeah, Lars, mate, go for it. If you've got any suggestions, I absolutely love suggestions and things like that. There's a blue flag already happening for Josh here. Not too sure who's in front of him that might be lapped, but it might be Ollie potentially. But yeah, there you go. What we're seeing on the left as well is the current age of their tyres. So Josh is currently, after the pit, very in a good position, basically. But again, he needs to gain some more positions. There's Max Chapman going across the line, leading the Grand Prix as it currently stands. Again, it's all down to these pit stops, but he's taking the race very steadily, very easily. And yeah, it's looking good for Max at the moment. I love these helicopter views. They are something fantastic. But yeah, I mean, great race. There's Joe Bean in the pits again. He's doing a little bit earlier. Again, this will be Joe's last pit stop as he's coming into the pit lane. Changing onto the hard tyres now. Lap 16 of lap 29. Really, 2.2. That's a lot quicker than the Ferrari boys did it. Again, Joe Bean started P2. He's now, or P9. He might be coming out a little bit later. It'll be interesting as well to see, obviously, Dylan Hartley there, P9. The undercut definitely works there for Dylan as he's now in front of Joe Bean. Joe Bean definitely would not have wanted that as he's got one more car to overtake to even get in front of Dylan. As these hard tyres are absolutely awful to overtake. As we've got a virtual safety car. There's a tyre in the middle of the track. It'll be interesting to see where that's came from. Bear with me 1 second. I'm not too sure. Someone crashed out. That's Ollie Clark's Alpha Tauri. Virtual safety car. All the drivers have to slow down to 40% throttle. As it stands. Again, this could be very crucial. Again, I don't know how long this virtual safety car is going to last, but if any of the drivers want to go in the pits, now is your chance, because it's, you know, you're not in the pits for as long. It'll be very interesting to see here if Max Chapman does go in the pits or if he does stay out. However, it's definitely a perfect opportunity for Max to go in the pits, as he certainly does dive in the pits, as unfortunately we have Ollie Clark out of the session. Again, this pit stop for Max is going to be very cheeky, but very well done. We've got Charlie also diving in the pits. Very good use of time there. Max Chapman away from the mediums. Away from the hards onto the mediums. And then I don't know why that pit lane graphic's still going on. But as Max Chapman leaves the pit lane, still with the virtual safety car on, he continues running at 40%. The virtual safety car has not gone green yet. Same for Charlie. And it also looks like Sebi's having a really good race for him as well as Finley. All the top four have got very lucky with this, because instead of being in the pit lane for sort of, you know, 25, 30 seconds, they've obviously done exactly the same, but all the other drivers on the grid are very slow. And yeah, they're going to be a little bit further ahead. So very nice. Nicely done there by these people. As we've got some more people diving in the pits. We've got Jay Robinson, Adam Forbes, the Mercedes. We've got Finley leaving the pit lane. Oh wow, he's sandwiched himself in between Joe Bean and Dylan Hartley. Joe Bean's not going to be happy with that, but there's no overtaking. However, there is overtaking now because it's just gone green again. The virtual safety car has ended. Joe Bean has got a lot of cars to overtake. We've got Max Chapman on fresh medium tyres. I believe they're fresh. We'll have a little look. They certainly are fresh tyres. And yeah, we've got Charlie in P2 also pitted. And as far as I'm concerned, that is every driver apart from Taylor Hume to a pit so far. So yeah, Taylor taking the bullet there, hoping that, you know, something might happen in the next few laps. Alternatively, he'll come into the pits very soon and change over those tyres. But yeah, absolutely incredible stuff to see. Max Chapman now in the lead by 11 seconds. It looks like Charlie's teammate Josh is right behind him. The Ferrari boy is just parading around Miami, absolutely enjoying it. And I mean, what a day. I love it so far. But yeah, great driving by everybody. Unfortunately, Ollie Clark and Vernon Harper are out of the session. So I'm sorry to say about that. But yeah, we've got Alex Peak backing down into P10 now, sandwiched between Adam Forbes and Reggie J. Reggie J did really have a really good start to this Grand Prix. He's just sort of faded away a little bit. I don't know if the tyres have let him down or... we've got a... That's the... Oh my gosh, hang on. I can't even get my words out. That's the Alfa Romeo there of Dylan Hartley. He has just spun round there on turn 18 into turn 19. He's lost a few positions. That moves Finley, Joe Bean, and Reggie J up a position. I don't know if there was any contact made there, but that's not the that's not what Dylan gonna be wanted. That's not what Dylan would have wanted there. Sorry, as we see Taylor there doing his first pit stop, coming out into P9. Is that in front of his teammate? It certainly is in front of his teammate. Taylor times that perfectly, getting in that little gap. I don't know if they've got race engineers, but some of these teams do actually have race engineers in their Discord voice chats, telling them all about all of the data, everything they need to know about. But yeah, really well done there for Taylor, getting in front of his teammate as we're seeing... he's gone a little bit wide though. I spoke too soon about Taylor. He's unfortunately just lost those two positions as we're seeing Alex Peak here on medium tyres between two Mercedes, potentially being able to get up to P9. And yeah, it looks like Joe Bean and Reggie J also fighting out in front of them. Damn, this is a very exciting race so far as yellow flag's just gone green again. And it looks like Joe Bean here is up into P6 at the moment. Still a good sort of 23, 24 seconds away from pole. However, anything is possible But yeah, great drive here by all the drivers. Obviously, Joe Bean has had an extra pit stop as well in this race, I believe, to change over a front wing very, very early on. But Dylan Hartley's going to want to make up as many of those positions as he certainly can. I need to get a drink. Bear with me. Curran, good to see you, mate. Hello, welcome in. 3-second time penalty for Callum there in the Williams. P14 for Callum. Yeah, and it looks like we're still having some Red Bulls fighting here and the Mercedes. But Alex Peak losing a little bit on the rear turn into turn 18. And obviously losing a little bit of time there to Adam Forbes. Again, Adam, Alex Peak, Taylor Hume, all of these drivers, you know, they've come leaps and bounds. To see this kind of racing in Season 3 is... I don't know, I can't wipe a smile off my face because these drivers have came so far, genuinely. Like, we look back 2-3 seasons ago, the racing was... I don't know what to say. It was nothing like this. This is proper racing, you know. These drivers know where they need to be on the track. They know how to overtake. They know how to defend. And it's just really, really good to see. And yeah, I'm really happy with how far this has gone. Ollie, mate, no worries. No worries. We can sort it out after the stream. If you just send me a Discord DM or I'll send you a DM at some point. Yeah, that is one of the big problems, unfortunately, with F122 is that the ping, the internet. Yeah, it was a few issues for a few of our drivers over the last few seasons. It's just sort of, yeah, connection to the servers. And obviously, if drivers are desyncing all over the place, you're just not going to have a good time. And yeah, it's not a lot of fun. But we are seeing here Josh O'Meara. He's obviously had his track warnings given to him, and he has now got a 3-second time penalty for Josh, which is unfortunate for him. However, Sebi running P4. There is some blue flagged cars here. That Smits better be a little bit careful there as he makes a collision with Josh O'Meara. I don't know. I hope he hasn't got 2 time penalties for that one, because definitely one of those will be retracted if he did get a 3-second time penalty for that. Again, I don't know for sure what happened there. Again, there's stewards for this, but that was Smits leaving the pit lane and Josh coming around at a very, very quick speed. But we'll have to obviously investigate that at some point. But yeah, great. Again, I'm really happy with Sebi and Finley's performance here. The Aston Martin and the Ferrari are doing the absolute bits today. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Again, if we have a look at Finley here, started in P15. He's moved up 10 positions so far today, which is really, really great to see. And yeah, again, Charlie's moved up to 2. And another thing about Charlie, if you weren't here earlier, Charlie is the only driver here on the grid to be racing in full virtual reality. He's in VR today. He has not got anything. He's just got somebody in his ear, a race engineer, telling him all the data, who's in front of him, who's behind him, and where everybody else is on track, and how much ERS and things he has left. But yeah, big respect to Charlie there for taking the hit and doing this entire race. I say this entire race, he's doing the entire season in VR. So hopefully nobody crashes him out at any point, because yeah, I wouldn't like to lose my balance in real life as well. But yeah, very good drive from everybody so far. And as things stand, it's getting a little bit more spread out, but we are seeing some more overtakes here. 3-second time penalty again for Callum. I don't know if these are repeats or if it's just popping back up. But we are seeing Dylan make a very nice move. However, is that a switchback from Reggie J? He's going to try it. I'm not too sure if this is going to be a switchback, but we'll have a little look into turn 1. As there's a yellow flag sector 3. I'm seeing Alex Peak go down the leaderboard. No, it's gone green again. Okay. Again, Reggie J is saving as much ERS as we can. Another yellow flag there. It looks like Jay Robinson might have had a little spin, potentially. He's moved back down into P11. And Reggie J... The leaderboard's going crazy here. But yeah, Reggie J, I believe he's on fresh... Yes, he's on medium tyres. But they will shred a lot quicker. But they are the faster ones down the main straight. Fair enough, Casper. Fair enough. We're seeing again, these two drivers here, the Haas and the Aston Martin, 2 brand new drivers in Kenco F1. I love to see it. We've got Sebastian and we've got Finley, both here. Absolutely, they're putting on a show for us. I'm not going to lie. They are putting on a show for us as we see the DRS flap of Sebastian's car wide open on the Aston Martin. It's like I am David Cross talking about Aston Martin and Sebastian. But yeah, here we go. Down into turn 18, turn 19. Both following exactly the same line. You know, Ryan's going to be probably thinking, you know... not Ryan, sorry. It's because Ryan was an Aston Martin last year. Sebastian's going to want to be... probably conceding and maybe a little bit harvesting a little bit of ERS. How much is he on? He's on 0% ERS, so he's got nothing to lunge in front on at the moment as it currently stands. He is... If I was Sebastian right now, I'll be lifting up a little bit, not obviously getting too close to Joe Bean behind him, but just trying to regain some ERS, because if you are below sort of 10-20% ERS, it does get very, very difficult to regain and harvest some of that energy. I've got nothing left. The drink. I love it. I love it. But yeah, we are seeing Max Chapman in his Alpine currently running. It did say 14 seconds. Now it says 9. But again, it might just be my leaderboard going a little bit crazy. But yeah, that's just the steward's warning that Josh has a time penalty as well of, I believe, 3 or 6 seconds. But again, it will be good to see there. O'Mara is clear. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, that makes sense. So yeah, right. Sorry. Again, I don't know what's going on with the leaderboard. All these times are very, very much changing. I was just seeing the Williams and the Alfa Romeo here switch again of Reggie J and Dylan Hartley. These two have been fighting on the entire Grand Prix. Lap 22 now of 29. We've only got 7 laps left of the Miami Grand Prix. Bloody hell, this has actually flown by. I'm not even going to lie. This Grand Prix has absolutely flown by. We'll jump down to Jay Robinson here because I believe he has a hot Red Bull on his tail. And we'll have a little look at Alex Peak here. 16% ERS. He's going to be full throttle here. Sorry about the RPMs. I'm going to try and turn it down a little bit. But yeah, we're going to have a little look, see if Alex Peak has got the momentum, got the move into turn 18 here on Jay. Again, this is a very, very prime overtaking point for the Miami Grand Prix. And we'll have a little look if he can get this done. Oh, very nice cameras there by F122. I appreciate that. Thank you. But Jay's going to fight it back if he can. All the way. We'll have a little look if he can get this turn done into turn 1. Again, Alex Peak started P16 there. Now P11 as they come through turn 1 side by side. Alex Peak does emerge from the corner a little bit ahead. However, Jay Robinson does indeed get a little bit of a better exit there out of turn 1, lunging in front of Alex Peak. And moving back into the points. Again, these two drivers, one of them will get points, one of them will not get points if they currently stay in these positions. So, you know, every point, in my opinion, counts this early on in the championship. Because, I mean, last year, if you think about it, if you think back to last year, Joel Foxall, Max Chapman, they finished the whole championship, the whole season, on a 1-point deficit between the two of them. So, yeah, I would... you know, every point is going to matter, and Jay's going to know that. Jay is definitely going to know that, but we are seeing Alex Peak here. DRS open, but Jay's defending that very, very nicely into that turn. So, yeah, great work by Jay in his Alpine. Kind of miffed I missed this race, Archie. Miami is so fun, but at least I got to see real racing. Yes, that's it. Were you at Silverstone, Archie? Remind me, where were you? Where were you? Hopefully you had a great weekend, mate. Are we doing the return? Yes, Jack. They will all be racing around Miami backwards for 29 laps. Absolutely, absolutely. We're still seeing Sebastian here rocking behind Finley. Again, it'll be interesting to know as well how much ERS Finley has. As we're seeing also on 0%. So yeah, both the Haas and Aston Martin not on much ERS. If I flick over to Joe Bean here, he's on, again, 10% ERS. He's really struggling with that ERS here. He's taking it a little bit wide, locking up the front left. I believe Joe Bean has anti-lock brakes off as well. It's not one of the restrictions in the league to have that certainly off. It's obviously up to drivers for the anti-lock brakes. However, yeah, Joe Bean definitely does not have anti-lock brakes on, so that's why he's sliding into some of the corners. But again, it gains speed, it gains time, and that is, I was going to say why he's got the fastest lap, but it looks like that's been snapped out of his hands by Max Chapman there, who's currently the fastest man on the grid, as it currently stands anyway. But yeah, I mean, Max Chapman in the lead by 20 seconds at the moment. Really, really helped there by the virtual safety cars. It looks like he's just got ahead of the blue-flagged Sebastian as he's coming around into turn 1, keeping it very clean, and currently leading the Miami Grand Prix. Saw a car set on fire at Silverstone, and then a guy got out and fell over. Oh, that's not good, Archie. CIA plant. It's really loud. Dylan, can you turn down your car, please? Imagine. No, I'll do it for him. It's fine. So, yeah, it's about 330 kilometers down into turn 18. The longest straight here at Miami. I don't know if it's definitely not the longest straight. I think that's at Baku. But, yeah, you do definitely go some speed. So, if your brakes fail, I mean, you're going to need some runoff there. 5 laps left to go of the Miami Grand Prix as Dylan crosses the line here. Dylan currently down into P8. Actually, say down into P8. I believe he started P8 today. But yeah, I mean, well done to all the drivers so far. We've got Taylor Hume just losing a position there to potentially the Alfa Romeo there, but also gaining a position down into P13 and P14. But again, all these drivers not on much ERS at the moment. Max Chapman on probably the most. Let's have a little flick through the drivers. Okay, to be fair, the Ferrari boys have a lot of ERS as well. But again, if you're not fighting, what's the point in using ERS? There is no point in using it. Kilometers an hour. Did I not say the hour bit? Sorry, I meant an hour. Max needs to eat corn if he wins. Yeah, we didn't have Lumia on this stream for very good reason. For very good reason. Lars, I did have a look. I scrolled through my phone earlier on today. I did. It looked very, very nice. Scrolled through my... Unless you... Were you one who spammed the chat? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it looks like it might be team orders here by Ferrari too. I mean, again, Charlie, Josh, they've got nothing to worry about. Josh, obviously, I don't believe he's got a time penalty as it stands. But Josh, there's 8 seconds behind him. And in front of Charlie, it's 17, 18 seconds is Max Chapman. So they're all running their own little comfortable races here out in Miami at the moment. Really good to see, and hopefully the crowds and everybody is enjoying this so far. At the moment, yeah, we've got Jay Robinson down to P11 again. Jay's still fighting Alex Peak here. They just keep swapping positions every single time. And yeah, there we go. Another lap out of the way. And yeah, Jay Robinson ahead of Alex Peak. But again, how long? I'm not too sure for how long. As we're about to probably see another overtake into turn 1. It was you, Lars. I definitely scrolled through them then. Here we go. Alex Peak and Jay Robinson side-by-side action here as they're coming through the absolutely awful Sector 1. Again, you can't really be offline out over here unless you're a really solid driver. If you touch any of those curbs, you are gone for, as we've probably seen Ryan Harper earlier on in the session who caused that yellow flag. And I believe Ollie was the one who potentially caused that virtual safety car, helping out the front runners with that cheeky free pit stop. But yeah, currently Alex Peak behind Jay Robinson, as we're seeing even the game Dylan Hartley and oh, wrong button, sorry, Dylan Hartley and Reggie J also swapping positions. Again, these two have fought the whole entire race. These people must be knackered. These drivers, sorry, must be knackered by the end of this. They are 100% concentration throughout this entire race so far. 26 laps in. We've got 3 and a bit more to go before we have a little look at it. It looks like Zach Plant there is gone. Got a 3-second time penalty. More than likely going to be track limits at some point, probably over the chicane. But Reggie J getting a very nice position there on Dylan. But Dylan's just going to immediately bounce back and fight that position again. It's very loud. Three laps to go. Hassan, mate, there is no option to refund. If it doesn't give me the option on Twitch, I can't do it. I'm sorry. You look at these side by side. Dylan having to concede the position there to Reggie. But he knows that if he sits behind him, he can definitely get the DRS, which could be very crucial in the next few turns. Again, Jay Robinson currently with 1 point in it. If we're going to have a look at the current tyre age of all of the drivers here, a lot of them on 10 lap old. We've got Taylor on the freshest medium sets there, 7 laps in. And it looks like we're seeing Alex Peak on 19 lap mediums. So, yeah, obviously that is Smits as well. I didn't realise Smits is out of the Grand Prix. I'm not too sure if that was a disqualification, retirement. I didn't see the Red Bull crash. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we've also got a 3rd retirement here of the other Red Bull of Smits out of the session. As we're seeing, yeah, 19 lap old for Alex Peak. Again, Jay Robinson's going to be on the much better tyres here. So if Jay can keep them points, that would be good. However, again, it will also be good if Alex Peak can use those tyres, use every inch of those tyres till the very end. As we're looking at tyre wear there, 59% for Alex Peak. So yeah, those mediums aren't going to last him very much longer, but there's only 2 and a bit laps left to go. Retirement, unfortunate, very unfortunate. But hey, it's only the first race, mate. It's only the first race. There's still lots more to go. Miami's a tricky track. Pit crew didn't change. Oh, unbelievable. They always do that, don't they? You know, your front wing's broken, you go in the pits, and they're like, nah, we'll keep it. Whatever. You'll be fine with it, promise. You'll be fine. All this time, though, these two have been fighting. I mean, Callum McGrath here, he has been catching up with Alex Peake and and Jay Robinson. So, you know, a little bit of the underdog driver here, Callum McGrath, working his way up through the back of the pack here. Yeah, I mean, he's managed to catch up with some of these drivers potentially for points. Who knows? Who knows? Lap 28 of lap 29. We've got Max Chapman in the lead by 21 seconds, followed by both the Ferraris, a Haas of Finley, the Aston Martin of Sebastian, and then Joe Bean, who had an extra pit stop a little bit at the start of the race. And Joe Bean's been running his own little race, unfortunately, the second half of this. But again, Joe Bean is another one of our very quick drivers. And he did start on P2, I believe. But yeah, he is now 6th. Just because of that damage on his front wing, unfortunately, in the Miami Grand Prix. But yeah, again, he's driven an amazing job. You know, he's pitted twice. And he's still in P6 with some very, very needed points here. And it looks like Max Chapman potentially... and Max Chapman has indeed entered the final lap of the race here. As we're sort of ironing out the top 15. They're sort of settling into their position. Still maybe a few more moves to make till the end of the Grand Prix. But we'll go and have a little look at Max Chapman here. Again, he hasn't had much screen time, but he's been running his own race at the front behind the Ferrari boys. Again, I don't think he's really put a foot wrong, to be honest with you. Much the same for the Ferrari people. Pitted at the perfect opportunity with the virtual safety car. And yeah, I mean, he's just pulled more time. He's also got fastest lap as well, which is really good to see. Driving this year, Callum is driving. I will not be driving unless it's some sort of one-off. But we're seeing Max Chapman here enter turn 18 into turn 19, as we'll turn it down a little bit. But this is Max Chapman here, 22 seconds in the lead, crossing the line to win the Miami Grand Prix, the first race, round one of 10 here at Miami. Finishing in P1. Top step of the podium. Congratulations to Max Chapman. As we're seeing Charlie here and also his teammate parading around P2, P3 to take the other 2 steps of the podium at Miami. Crossing the line goes Charlie. Crossing the line goes Josh. Congratulations to the two of you. And again, massive congratulations to these two drivers, Finley and Sebastian. Finley started P15, guys. Now P4. Incredible effort there. And exactly the same for Ryan. We're seeing Joe Bean. Again, he would have wanted better, but he's finishing in P6. We've got Reggie J ahead of Dylan Hartley here with some very extra points. I don't think Dylan Hartley's got the exit there he would have wanted. But that is Reggie J in P7 crossing the line, followed by Dylan Hartley very closely that followed. Again, Adam, we didn't really have much screen time for Adam, but again, started 7th, now 9th. He's getting some 2 points, I believe, to his driver championship. So very, very nicely done there for Adam in the Mercedes. Again, upgrades to the Mercedes. Jay Robinson started 9th, finished 10th. He's got 1 point for the Alpine boys. Followed by Callum. Alex Peake's tyres were absolutely shredded into P12. However, oh wow, that's one way to end the Grand Prix. Can we get some GGs in the chat, guys? What a Grand Prix. I love that. James Wilson in P15. And then Zach Plant there, P14. Congratulations to everybody. And do you know what? That driver of the day, I do thoroughly agree with that. That was absolutely incredible stuff from Finley there, making up the most positions. So GG's to everybody. What a Grand Prix. Seriously. What a Grand Prix. All of you are goats. All of you are goats. That was absolutely amazing. And yeah, I mean, there's many stories to tell with that one. But yeah, well done to everybody. We will get some drivers in here to go and have a little word with. By the way, if anybody would like to speak with me, let me know and I can drag you up. I don't have Jamie here unless I can hire Jamie for a tiny bit just to jump up here and like drag people up. I don't know, but yeah, well done. Great work to everybody here. And that was very good fun. Whew. we need a minute here. I'm sweating as well. I wasn't even racing. Look at the Ferrari kit, by the way. Look at that podium. Max Chapman rocking the British flag, followed by Charlie with the German flag and Josh with the Irish flag. Wow, wow, wow. Max Chapman, fastest lap by what? How much? Well done, mate. Well done to everybody. Honestly, that's probably one of the best races I've ever commentated. That was very clean racing by all. And yeah, I'm gonna grab a little screenshot of that. But yeah, well done. Obviously, there was a few spins along the way, a few crashing out, virtual safety car, and a lot of yellow flags. But yeah, easy. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Josh struggled so much on that first stint. Can we have all 20, please? We're all in the same voice chat. That's not gonna go well. That's not gonna go well at all. Oh, Casper, you taking credit for all this, yeah? Okay. Okay. Oh my god, TOS. For the final standings, we only got 14. Oh, I believe it was just James beneath the 14, and then we had Smits, Ollie, and Ryan, who all were not part of it. But let me go and jump into this intermission screen, which might work. I've had to disable... my camera's not even turned on. We'll just sit on here for a minute. I've had to disable the top graphic where the race highlights are because YouTube think it's copyright material. So, yeah. We'll just have Casper's Rainbow Six. No, let's not. A 10-1, nice. I don't know. This is so difficult for me to do. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants to speak with me or what, but I genuinely, I normally have somebody else here that drags people up, but I don't know who wants to speak with me. I want to speak to somebody. Can we speak to the Ferrari boys? Shall I just go down there? I might just go down there. I'm going down. Am I allowed to be here?
No, yeah, good.
I didn't know. No one was moving or anything, but that was I enjoyed that race. That was very good fun. Yeah, well done to YouTube, by the way. That was really good. I mean, Charlie lucking himself into the virtual safety car pit stop, but Josh, did you do that as well? I don't know. You pitted earlier, didn't you?
Very unlucky. I pitted 2 laps before the VSC, so
yeah. So you might have finished ahead of your teammate if
maybe
you waited an extra lap. Oh, it looks good in yellow though. I must admit.
It's good for the team. Anyway, I mean, fair play to Charlie as well. P2 and VR. So
yeah. I can't believe again, Charlie. How was VR? I mean, you did spin, didn't you? I recall you did. Was that under the formation lap?
Oh yeah, that was under the formation lap.
Lucky to do it then.
It was a good tire warm up though. So. Yeah, I didn't spin in the race, luckily.
No.
But yeah, I did get lucky with the virtual safety car. Otherwise, I think Josh would have finished ahead of me. He had really good pace. We were quite similar.
Yeah.
Josh was a little bit quicker.
I'm proud of you all. I mean, Josh, talk me through. I don't know. I saw it on stream, but when you were coming around turn 1, turn 2, I think there was a Red Bull leaving the pits. Did that put you off at all? I saw you sort of avoid evading action. I don't know if that was you lucky with that? I don't know if there was contact made. Did you get any damage or?
I did get damage from that. It was a lime green color on the wing.
Okay,
I didn't have the box.
It could have been a lot worse, but
yeah,
a lot of time penalties for you. No, I think that was it. Just the chicane, I believe.
Huh?
I don't know. It kept coming up on my thing that you were getting 3-second time penalties, but I don't know. Oh, okay. It wasn't. Okay, it might have just been the graphics then. It's just playing up.
I got one, and that was really
right. It was only one. Okay, that's fine. It was just my graphics.
You scared me there. I thought Matt was giving me a penalty.
No. I'm not even. Yeah, it's fine. But yeah, I mean, what a race. I mean, I enjoyed. Obviously, you didn't really see quite what happened throughout the rest of it. But yeah, I mean, everyone was just racing so well. Again, did you really make many overtakes? I mean, it was more the start of the Grand Prix, wasn't it? That you were making some moves and things. I mean, you were P2 into turn 1, I believe. Behind Joe.
Yeah, and then Joe clipped the wall and second and third lap.
And there wasn't contact with another car.
Box, and I left like 3 or 4 laps, and obviously Max is too quick in between the corners and shit. So yeah, we're just quick on the straights. That was a bit.
Damn. Well, yeah. Congratulations to you both. You got the most. You're currently in the lead on the constructors. I'm led to believe. So yeah, well done to that. I must have 18 and 15 points for you both. So. Solid 33 points to take away from the first round. So congratulations to you. And yeah, well done.
Cheers.
Here's to Belgium. Belgium? Yes, we're going to Belgium. Belgium? Yeah. My voice just went had a little moment there. But yeah, well done. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, cheers.
Right, I'm jumping back up to the Sky Sports box. It's just me now. I don't know if there's anybody else that I don't really like invading other people's voice chats because they might not want to speak to me. We're going to have to organise something better, I think, for the next races. But, hey. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. I'm probably going to end now. What we'll do, we'll get all these uploaded to YouTube. So, obviously, you're more than welcome to watch back the VOD at any time. Any of the Miami Grand Prix. And we'll be uploading all the qualifying sessions, all of this, all of that. It should be very good. Drag them all in the pit lane. Can you see, if I go back on my main scene, Look, can you see everybody in there? Some people have left now, but I'm just in my Sky Sports box. Very fun of the pitbull, might be worth the lost hours. Oh god. See, this is the thing. All these race engineers have been putting so many hours into it. So many hours. But yeah, I won't drag it. I won't just drag and force anybody into a voice chat. I don't like doing that. We'll organise something a little bit better. Ian, your face boss, man, huh? Sorry? I don't know what's happened. The server... Oh. Lol. I forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to head out, guys. Thank you so much for an amazing, amazing event. We've been live for 1 hour and 2 minutes. And yeah, GG to everyone. We will update. In some of these screens, we'll update with all the driver, constructors, points, everything throughout the entire session. So expect more to be on here going forward. And my face will be on there as well. I don't know why I haven't chucked that on, but never mind. So yeah, Ian, you did miss it, mate. I'm sorry, you're a little bit late. Go back on the VOD. Go back on the VOD. Who even did that? I think it was Adam. I'm not too sure. But yeah, go on to everybody. See you all soon. And I'll see you next Friday. We have got back-to-back racing, and we'll be racing at Belgium for qualifying. And then this time next Sunday, -1 hour, we'll be live for the Belgium Grand Prix with much the same drivers, hopefully to see even better racing and even more action. All right, thank you guys, good night, see you later.